Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Cast. This is Rich, making another movie about XRP today, as always. I hope all of you are having a great day. We're going to talk about XRP no matter where you are in the world. I have to start with this from Ripple. The use of tokens is not a trend. Changes are happening in world finance. This is how real-world assets are moved around the world on a blockchain with safe, institutional-grade security. I recently showed you a clip of JP Morgan saying that tokenization is not becoming more popular among institutions. However, Ripple says that there is a world wave of tokenization happening. Tokenized funds in North America and Europe, and money market funds control liquidity and returns. For example, has started selling crypto security to improve the capital market in the US. They're making it easier for people to get money. SOUT has made supply chain funding easier. Dubai's forward-thinking government is a big reason for the growth of tokenized real estate in the Middle East. This is only going to get bigger and bigger. Colombia, Hong Kong, and Dubai are all tokenizing real estate. And JP Morgan, this is what I think is going on with them. I think they want to make it seem like no one is interested in this so they can get even better positions before it really takes off later this year. As soon as we get rules in place in the US, tokenization will go through the roof. I believe JP Morgan wants to make money off of that. This is from Michael Branch. BlackRock says they have no plans for spot XRP or Solana ETFs right now. Yesterday, I talked about this in a film. Executives say there isn't much demand from clients for anything other than Bitcoin and Ethereum, which they say meets their ETF standards right now. Okay, fine. That means nobody besides Bitcoin and Ethereum wants it. They're even saying that they don't want to add more ETFs in 2025. Wait until those XRP ETFs start trading. I really hope that Franklin Templeton comes up with an XRP ETF before BlackRock does, because I know that a lot of people want one. See all the forms that an XRP ETF has filled out. That is all you need to know. This is also from Michael Branch. XRP is quickly becoming a landmark in business balance sheets. Clear regulations spark global usage, leading to huge treasury commitments and a big change in how institutions are using crypto. We can already see the plans that these companies have made. There are almost $1 billion in XRP, and it's still very early in the game. Businesses are making XRP wallets. This is going to happen more and more as time goes on. Even before the year 2025, I believe a lot of this was going on behind the scenes before this case was over. And it's going to be huge. There will be a big change in the price of XRP soon because of this. Because any XRP they keep locked up means there is less XRP in circulation. They say this is what real decentralization looks like from beyond broke. Many people are saying that someone is going to come and take their XRP. That's why I want to play this movie. Your XRP will be taken by the government. Listen to Jake Claver. Which part of the XRP do you think is the most unique when compared to the other big names in the field? There are a lot of things. One thing that comes to mind, though, is that the birth story is black hole. In other words, this asset has no counterparty risk, which makes it very special. It is also negative, which makes it even more special. That way, no one can freeze your XRP. No one can suspend your XRP and freeze your wallet, but they can put it on a blacklist and refuse to take it from you. The asset itself is not controlled by a single person. Of course, issue D assets, which is what you want if you want banks, governments, and companies to use your network as an asset and issue assets on it. They need to be supervised, though. It's important for them to, as you may know, BRICS countries want to get rid of the dollar, but when we put sanctions on Russia, that was a big deal. They have now put gold behind their money. You've also seen China and many other countries turn away from the US dollar. As a result, they are seeking an open source, decentralized object that can be used as a currency. And I think that's one reason why this will be used on a large scale. The original account was a black hole, meaning that no one else could give you more money, take it away, or freeze it. They can't freeze your XRP or take it away. They can now get RLUSD back. I meant to make that clear. I think that governments and banks will be more interested in RLUSD than in XRP. RLUSD will be moved all over the world by XRP. It's going to make RLUSD better. But I chose to play that video because I hear a lot of people saying, don't worry, the government will step in. They are going to take your XRP. It's a coin for banks. It shouldn't be held by retail. They are all wrong. And these posts coming back means we must be getting close. In the US and Europe, Ferrari will start taking XRP as payment for new cars. You'll soon be able to pay for things at Lamborghini with XRP as well. But I still think the crypto space has grown up. As long as we've held XRP, we think that people who own it have grown up. People used to always talk about getting private planes, Lamborghinis, and huge homes. People now say, I just want to pay off my debt. I need to pay off my house. I'm going to start a business. People are becoming more grown in how they think about their crypto holdings. But we knew this would happen in crypto. There were a lot of people who bought crypto in 2021 and even before that in 2017 and 2018. The hype was so different back then. Everyone was excited to cash out their whole bag and go on a huge shoppy. Nung spree, things are so different now. The bad things said about XRP are getting out of hand. Let's look at the truth. Here is where you can listen to Raoul. Then we'll see what happens in the middle. But I believe the main part is the tougher part. Hello, I have a DeFi ticket that might be great. That's not easy. There are ones that are silly proof, like big layer ones that get a lot of use and are less risky. And a good trade tip is to always buy the 10th most expensive item on the list. The more about business. In that way, take a look. I'm going to show you the more on trade right now. I'm not saying that these are stupid and that people who own them are stupid. I want to know what shop people look at when they come in. I'm going to share this. You're new to crypto, that's fine. Hey, welcome to crypto. Bitcoin, I can't buy that, $116,000. I'm pretty much broke after lunch. Ethereum, that costs a lot of money. I know about XRP. I watched some YouTube movies. It costs $3 BNB. I'm not sure what that is. $175 for Solana. But Elon likes Doge, I see. It costs 22 cents. The 70% of us who have seen the videos can see what happens because we've all done it. The retail money is going to move in the direction he points. They don't like the thought of that money going to the cheaper top 10 coins. He has Sol. Solana is always on his mind, and he wants small buyers to buy it so that the price goes up. Either that, or he's always pushing the Bitcoin story. Oh, Bitcoin is always a good buy, even when the price is high. And none of it makes sense. However, these coins are not a risk, so when you buy XRP, you are not taking a risk. The good news is that regular people will buy XRP. They are going to buy ADA. To be honest, I'd rather buy Doge than Bitcoin. To be honest, I'd buy Doge before I bought Bitcoin. From my point of view, Bitcoin had its day and many people made a lot of money. It was great when it first came out, but it's not so great now. It's only when you start to lift the veil that you realize this is all fake. They're going to be in a great spot for the future. Even if they only buy ADA, it will be better for them in the long run than getting Bitcoin or Ethereum. Stellar might even be in the top 10 now. They are going to buy a lot of XLM. Do not quote me on that. It may have just been in the top 10 yesterday. On the other hand, I like that people can now place themselves better than they could a few years ago. People will not be putting money into Bitcoin in large amounts. It's not going to happen. Putting money into something doesn't help. It comes from smoke. Global rules will soon be clearer. Stable coins and other digital assets are being regulated in many places around the world. You can see rules coming in other countries, even ones that aren't in the US. Due to the fact that this is a worldwide event, you are getting rules no matter where you live in the world. That's for sure going to happen. A lot of people don't like the thought of rules because they think it will make something bad happen. Because a lot of cryptocurrencies will disappear all of a sudden, like the dot-com bubble popping. There are a million stupid people who think they're interesting in crypto right now. Meme coins are being talked about. The most cringeworthy crypto story in the news right now is about a group of grown-ups who call themselves investors who have been throwing green dildos onto WNBA fields to try to become famous through memes. Over time, meme coins have changed. Now, something in the real world has to happen for that coin to suddenly become very popular. They're not wrong, but jokes will soon be gone. When rules are put in place, there will be no more rug pulls, and the cash will have to go somewhere. I don't think it will drop below $100,000. I don't think it will go into Ethereum above $4,000, but I do think it will go into these cheaper ISO-C owings. They are all still very cheap and underrated, and they will all give you a great return on your money. In September and 4 more times this year, JP Morgan thinks the Federal Reserve will cut interest rates. As I already said, banks are now asking for lower interest rates. Now, it's most likely going to start in September. Listen to this. It has gained 223 points. This says that JP Morgan now thinks interest rates will go down in September and 4 more times by the end of the year. Okay, so the markets understand all of this. While that lasts, Charles Payne is here. Now you'll see Powell lower the interest rate because Trump isn't the only one who wants interest rates to go up. The BlackRocks did it. That's what JP Morgan does. Goldman Sachs wants it to happen. It's this that will really get crypto going for the rest of the year. Crypto will be the only thing going up if all of those rate cuts happen until the end of the year. This can also help coins. This is really amazing. Quit the war. There can only be peace. Trump says, you see, the much